Oh, that's a good point. That's a good point. A lot of my cities do... So I'm making specialists. Does specialists consume your civic rate? It does. Okay, thank you. Yes, we're spanning out specialists, which means our civics are going into making that. That makes a lot of sense. All right. All right. Yeah, and I don't know. Again, I'd have to sort of do some comparing before and after, but this looks different. Maybe it's just because I'm not used to looking at this tab. Because honestly, and maybe I'm playing it wrong, but honestly, I feel like there's not a lot of purpose to staring at the characters tab. The families, yes. The treaties here, and this looks the same. So I'm thinking it's just because I never look at this tab. Okay, but now I'm like, my brain's on hyperdrive. Like, okay, we're playing a spot the difference game. Well, where's Waldo in all this? I don't know. I think the families have new emblems. You're kind of right. I don't remember these. Commander, like, I guess that's their, yeah, judge and so on. I don't know if it was showing that before, but it might just be because I don't normally stare at that. I know they hinted in the chat here that there's been a change that was a big deal for me, so we'll see if we can spot it as we go. Bump, 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 bump. Yeah, those were there before. Yeah, I think it's just because I don't look at that tab. 5 things in this list? Am I crazy? Or is this normally 4? I think the first time it pops up, you get 3. Maybe it's an age thing. Maybe there's something else. I know we have a free thing. But even with the free thing, I thought 4 was what we normally see. It's normally 4, you have a freebie. So does is it just because the free Maceman, does it get added an extra one? It's a wonder thing. Or scholar? Okay, so there might be some sort of trait that's affecting things. We don't have the redraw, so we don't have a scholar leader. So yeah, I'm like, but again, it's going to be one of those things. I'm on hyperdrive. Oh, we do have the Oracle. You're right. So that might be it. Okay. So I'm not crazy. It is normally 4 things. Again, I feel like the first time it comes up to 3 ever, but then normally it's 4. But we'll see. Anyway, I have a marker for architecture over here, so we're going to go there. Tech tree, is it, doesn't seem like the added searchability there, but apparently there is now searchability in here, which is very nice and handy. Like that. Haha! I was wondering if this might be the case. I didn't see a note in the patch notes, and I didn't go digging for it yet. But we now have extra tabs over here on our workers, including show all rural improvements, which is amazing because even if I'm standing on a tile where I can't build, say, a quarry, I can still mouse over quarry and see all the spots. I think this is perfect because you still, like, I like the first tab is your smart tab, right? That shows the most contextually reasonable options. And this is what you want to look at like 95% of the time. And I always like that there was the Wonder tab, so you can see which ones are left and try to figure out some placement things. But yeah, all the rural emplacements. So again, you're like, okay, where's all the best quarries? Oh, okay, because I'm not standing on a quarryable tile, right? So I wouldn't be able to mouse over it. Love it. And yeah, the UI was already there for it, so I thought, all right. Lovely. Okay, really, really nice. So what's our situation? Does anyone remember? Last time we just wiped out Egypt, right? It's not like we went out looking to wipe out Egypt. And potentially because of a reload or whatever, but Egypt is no longer in the list over here. They'd already been gone over here. We weren't looking to wipe out Egypt. They started a war with us, and we're like, fine, let's do it. So we went and all over them, which, you know, pleases me greatly. We weren't the only ones, because over here, Carthage, I believe, is actually the one who took out the last Egyptian city. Well, I don't know if they took this out before I took out the last one over here. I'm not sure what the timing was. But this had been an Egyptian city, and it was now gone. So I guess they just jumped on the party train, because why not? We do have some city sites that we can go and plop down. At some point, we're going to have to make a decision as to where we're going to run for a victory. We're going to try to max this out, which is from cities, especially once we get the legendary and then the wonders, but also the ambitions. And we do have an ambition right now for wonders, so we're going to be boosting up our score from that as well. We're still on the hunt for scholarship and aesthetics. And yeah, you can see this. I think this little interface for the research is newer and bigger. It just looks prettier. I'm pretty confident about that. Cool, man. You just got your computer back today. Nice. My Wednesday is doing pretty good. Actually, I recorded an episode of Tharsis this morning. I think it came out in 2016, which is probably when I did a video for it. But it come up a few times when we were doing Ludum Dare a few weeks ago. because my game for Ludum Dare was a dice rolling and placement game, and some people were like, "Oh, it reminds me of Tharsis." I'm like, "Holy crap! I haven't thought about that forever." So I played it this morning. I recorded an episode, so I'll put it up later on. You know, I don't think it's going to be something that gets a lot of views, but it was like, no, I must play Tharsis, and therefore I must record it. So if we're not at a war over here, what is our situation? Okay, we're at war with the Danes still. The Vandals are currently chill, which is nice to see. There's a Danish city here and here. We could go and boop them. Also, I was going to say Babylon's already taken this one. We could go and boop this one and maybe plant down another city here. I mean, I don't really know if we need more cities exactly, because I think I would kind of like to win through ambitions, but I mean, it can't hurt, right? So what the heck? So all that being said, I'm not sure how we're going to spend our orders here. Every turn, we basically knew how we were going to go through all of our orders for a while until now. Now we're like, okay, I don't know what we want no more. Well, you're exhausted. You're exhausted. We're going to come around behind here because there's some barbarians. Oh, we need to get a unit stand here. That was a Vandal city, right? I think that's what the Fog of War said. So someone must have cleared the Vandal site, which isn't something we could have done because we weren't at war with them. Let's just go. Let's just move sort of generally in direction. Well, you've already moved, so I don't know why yours got selected. Sort of down here. You can move sort of down this way as well. I might want to. Whoops. Did I just queue up something? Like I did, actually. I might want to cycle through my idle civilian units first, because I really don't need to maximize my military units right now. When we were in the hardcore war, I was cycling all my military units first to give them priority on the orders, but it's no longer the case. This is the quarry site we're just looking at. We know it's pretty good. No, it's not. Hold on. Might be a different city. Oh, that's interesting. It's recommending a quarry here, but this is a much better quarry. I mean, it probably would have ultimately suggested both of them. It might be calculating distance or something. This might be like the closest good quarry, right, site. That might be how it classifies this, because at 8 or whatever, it is a perfectly good quarry, and probably what you want to build over here. So it's probably showing you not every quarry site with these little tooltips. It's probably something like the closest of the good ones. This one technically produces more, but it takes 2 turns. I would bet that's how it's coded. And that's not a bad thing, but I want to build it there. That's crazy. Did you know you can rearrange the unit orders from military units? I did notice that last time when we streamed on Monday, I noticed you could Control-Shift-Click on this. So presumably if I did that when I was hitting Tab, it would cycle through all the military before the civilian units, which is kind of cool. Oh, Mr. Donation. I'm going to take a look at that in a second there, Glowellen. I'm terribly sorry. But I find it very nice to just be like, okay, I want military. I'm just going to go 3, 3, 3, 3, 3 to cycle through those, which is great. Good. I didn't notice you can right click to cycle in reverse too. That's kind of neat. I also like the pass all. That was quite spiffy to. Glowellen. Yeah, I'm terribly sorry. I think. Oh, my own personal computer volume is set a little low, so I don't think the pop-ups are as noticeable. You're not really into old world, but you want to drop in and show me appreciation for Motorsport Manager content you're putting out on YouTube. And if any more episodes run a bit long, that's all right by me. First of all, thank you very much for that. The Motorsport Manager fans, just like the Football Manager fans, are very, very rabid. It's not as large as some of the viewership for other things, but the people are very dedicated to it. I'm really enjoying the series a lot. And I suspect there's going to be a lot more longer episodes as I run the races a little slower and try to find some other little edges to min-max along the way. So we'll see how it goes. I do have a tag for the creator store. It's just called Quilly18, or if you follow this link, that is just going to link you to the old world page with my creator tag already put in. Let's get this camp going on. That's going to be fine. The other thing, just speaking of like Epic Game Store type stuff, Unreal, the new Unreal Engine release has changed. Speaking of changes, there's a bunch more adjacency bonuses and stronger adjacency bonuses for a lot of units in this. But they've changed. Oh, that's a 10 food farm. They've changed their the royalties thing. So until you earn $1 million, you can use the Unreal Engine royalty free now. It used to be a little lower limit or something like that. It was a little fuzzier, and that's pretty funky. We may have to take a look at it at some point. I still don't think the Unreal Engine is what I'd be looking for in general for most of the applications we do, but it might be worth at least taking a gander. Do we want to move you? I mean, sure, I'll move you, and then we'll be out of orders. We're still cycling through units now. I guess because you can... No, you can't. So I'm out of orders, but it's still letting me tab cycle. Okay, now it stopped. Maybe it goes through each one once. I don't know what the logic is on that. I haven't figured out the consistency there, because it still lets you tab through even once you run out of orders. And then at some point, it doesn't anymore. So it might just be we'll cycle through the units so you at least, like, looked at each spot. Oh, shit, are there a bunch of Danes over here? For some reason, I had assumed... I don't know why... I had assumed these were Babylonian units. I kind of want to undo my whole turn. You know what? We made our bed, let's lie in it. So we're going to lose our Hestasis over there. Done and done. Yeah, we could have bought some orders, but actually we did have a fair amount of stuff. Fine, we're just going to lose the one unit. Apparently you don't have a general available, so it's going to be that. No, we have to suffer. It's the only way to learn. Okay, well, undoing actually teaches you a fair amount of stuff too, but... Sorry, I was too busy discussing too many other things. You are an equestrian, you do get a bonus. We don't really do mounted units, but, I mean, you seem to be a pretty good general, or, governor. So we'll do that. Okay. Let me come back over here and avenge my Hestasis. There's a Babylonian firing off over there as well. And that's a Babylonian too. We'll just come here, give him a little poke. Oh, critical! That I like. Yeah, they might cap between turns, because it is slightly over right now. We should probably spend a little bit more aggressively. Some of the units that are far away, I should just give them some big promotions, most likely. So, yeah, so that's Babylon, so we're not at war with you. Let's hold off for a second here with these Danes. We can probably keep moving in this direction here. They've gone and claimed that. Remember I said, like, oh, there's a city site, but it's not quite claimed yet? Yeah, now they've got it. We might still have to come to blows with Babylon. I want to keep a little eye over here in case it is they might be at war with the Vandals. They might clear that spot. So, alright, this is actually something I was curious about. I didn't know if there was a defensive bonus for standing on hills, and the answer appears to be no. Obviously, you can get the Highlander promotion, which gives you plus 25% on hills, but there isn't. And I would have, because of my sort of civ brain, I had assumed being on a hill is a good defensive position. Doesn't seem to make much of a difference here. For all I know, attacking from uphill gives you a bonus. We could double check on some of those. And of course, an archer on a hill gets the bonus to range, which is kind of spiffy-doo. We don't have we have the distance penalty, so we may as well go and stand over here to eliminate that completely. Give you a little boop. Give you a little boop over here. No crits, unfortunately. So we'll just come over here and finalize the last boop right there. So there's still that unit, but he shouldn't actually be in a kill range or anything, so we're going to see. No war with you for now. Yeah, we do have a lot of training kicking in. So if we can find some idle units that we can just promote, that would be okay. Is there a cap on promotions? This guy's got 4 promotions, and I don't see a promote button. Hadn't really come up yet. All right. Yeah. Let's spend some of our training points here. And yeah, so our civic rate is going up now that some of our cities have completed their specialist stuff. We might still want to spam some. Of course, we might still want to, and probably do, want to go get a few levels of archive in here, which we'll be spending our civics, but we'll set up a bunch of science, reduce discontent as well, which was really nice. We got the professional army running as well, which is lovely. Awesome. Yeah, okay, well, we're not going to go broke yet. We'll have to babysit our civics expenses a little bit. But so far, so good. Of the resources, what are we making the least of? All right, so far trees, but we have tons banked. That was the thing before. We were losing money for a while, but we had so many resources banked up. And yeah, I don't know. It's not explicit about a cap. Like, I don't know if 2,000 is technically the cap. Like, it lets you go over for the turn or not. I'm going to sell a little. Well, no, clearly not, because we get 2,700 here. So yeah, maybe we're not sure about the training, whether it caps out or not. It doesn't say anything in the tooltip. don't know what if we necessarily care what we prioritize here. I like farms. Let's do that. This is just a scoot. See what we can see over here, just out of curiosity. I didn't think that would lead to much, but it was still okay. Yeah, let's do some more promotions before we move out here. I know we have more than one Highlander. It feels wrong. Is it just you? Yeah, you're the only unit left, unless I do some marching things. Which might be... Well, you got promoted, so you can't move again. You could, if I march you. 2, 8... Oh, sorry, over here. 8. Yeah, actually, let me do that. March you to here. And whack that guy. If we got a crit, we could have killed him. But it's also going to zone of control him to make sure he can't, like, wiggle-waggle to somewhere a little bit more annoying. I don't know if I'm going to move this unit. I'm a little leery about moving up into the Danish territory unescorted. I could move back and heal, but I think I'm just going to leave you in place. Because you're pretty healthy. Yeah, there you go. So you're forced to hit my guy who's got more stuff. So, I mean, there's the free Axeman. I mean, we didn't take the free unit last time, but I'm still kind of wanting to push up towards aesthetics so we can finish this. And I think that's what I'm going to do. Doctrine used to be called theology, which was super confusing, to me anyway, because you had a thing called theology, and then you had a thing called theology over here. And even though these things look like buttons that you can click, they're not buttons that you can click. What probably helps... Actually, weirdly, even though these things don't look any different than before, because they got rid of the civics cost on theologies, so we kind of got screwed because we spent 400 on veneration that we wouldn't have to spend anymore. Doesn't matter. But because it doesn't have a cost, it looks a lot less like a button. I think it should still say something like, you know, well, it does say establish with disciple now. Well, that was before as well. So I still think it's a little bit weird because I was looking for the word theology before. But I don't know what the right solution is. I mean, and once you've done it once, it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I just got it. That's fine. But yeah. This is my nephew. I don't know if we have a particular preference about where we want to go with stuff. Part of me is wondering if we might want to get a little bit more commerce in the family, though. Because money's still a bit of a thing. So, there you go. He's earning us an extra 4 gold immediately. What? Spymaster Plotia approaches the court with a controversial plan. Forced deportations. She believes that a hostile foreign element is inspiring revolts against the Empire. The plan would be effective in quelling rebellion, however, it would anger the populace, may offend the Julius. Man, the old world is so weird. It had all these problems that you totally don't have to think about today. You know, this would never, ever, ever, ever happen today. It wouldn't even be something that we discuss one way or another, which is kind of interesting. Hey, Burly Gamer. Thank you very much. Been a fan of the Uptubs for years, and this is long overdue contribution to Whiskey and Chalk Fun. Love the content, man. I'm looking forward to more Old World and the new Civ 6 stuff. Indeed, that is pretty exciting. We can prepare the forced deportation, which will upset the Valerius. What will give us forced deportation, which gives us more culture and military training. Or that is no way to treat your loyal subjects, would lower unrest in Roma, and we would become compassionate. +1 wisdom. More science, and it's a keyword that probably affects certain decisions somewhere around. So I'm going to say that's no way to treat loyal subjects. I mean, come on. What kind of monster would you have to be to do that? They're just coming to this country of Rome because obviously we're the best country. And they're right about that. Okay. Oh, I think the art over of these buttons have changed. I feel like there's a border here that wasn't there before. I'm probably just imagining it. I'm just looking for more things. All right, let's boot that guy. There was a double up on the symbols there because I think we're getting culture and military training from killing units. Actually, I think what part of it is there's more icons. I think the add general button used to be blank. I think they added an icon for that. I know there were a bunch of blank icons before, and they've added a ton of art in this. Let's assign you. Fighting from trees, 25%. Attacking into urban. Attacking into urban, I think, is going to be quite good for the archer. Spend these promotions, man. I hoard military training like potions in an RPG. Oh, I can never spend a consumable. What if I need it for the final boss fight? And then you end the game with like 1,000 potions in your backpack that you never use, that have just been taking up inventory the whole time. Yeah, that's kind of how I am with some of these resources. I like crits. What can I say? I like anti-RNG. Love crits. Because why not, right? Alright, I think I'll have you come around closer to the Danish city. I think I'm just going to park you in here for a bit to passively gain some XP. We can manage our costs a little bit. Yeah, you can probably move towards the front. That's alright. Oh man, we need a lot of these. I need to max out the forums to improve the civic's income first. Same thing here, because that's clearly very nice. Ooh, we can start building chariots. I do want these archives. Yeah. That's one of the reasons I think our science rate was hurting for a bit there. That Maceman had the 5 promotions. Yeah, we've got a few that I think have got capped out promotions, which is really nice. And then you can theoretically go above 5 promotions if you've got a general that's got a built-in promotion. You know? Alright. Wonders. So, I would like to build more. It is... If I'm in this mood... Oh, no, I have to still mouse over. Right. So, there are no wonders I can build here, but if we look over by Antium, looks like the museum? I'm not crazy, right? That's like maybe an archaic spelling or something like that? The museum? Am I insane? I'm doubting everything about myself now. But, well, we don't have stone. We do have some money. Also, our stone income's pretty high. I would like to build this soon. A is pronounced E. E. All right. Let's go here and just quarry up then, for now. Maybe we can start to store up stone. Buying it's very expensive. A lot of people have clearly been buying stone. The problem is I keep using stone because it's such a good resource. But yeah, let's keep spamming out these quarries, which is something I feel I've been doing the entire game, and it's still like, no, it's not enough. I need more. More. Guys, I want to get super stoned. Okay, there's not great quarry locations here in Neapolis. I mean, I could still spam them down, but... Speaking of stone, build shrines. Well, let's build a camp over here. That's at least not going to consume any stone. And I could use the orders, that's okay. Alright, so we're going to have you boop around this way. Okay, there's no more civilian units. That's good. I did want to prioritize them. I mean, there's more promotions that could come, but I also kind of want to move up. No, I guess, you know what? We'll spend it. Hard to get bloodthirsty, maybe. Oh, this is a melee unit. I don't mind giving guard to the melee units. Okay. Oh, and I just promoted you, so moving this guy wouldn't be very useful. Although, let's scrooge up a little just to see if there's any action happening here. Okay, there's not currently. I don't think he can shoot me from here, because I think they have a range of 2. Yeah, so I mean, or is he on a hill? He is on a hill. He might be able to hit me there. Okay, I could undo, but it feels a little cheaty, because I got information, so I'm just going to move up and then move back. That's going to be alright. Yeah, you park yourself there. Alright. Hill to hill is only 2 style stills, you think? Oh, so it's only hills to flat that gives you the extra range, you figure? We should test it at some point. Ooh! Okay, so this is my governor, who's also a relative. Charisma would give us a little bit more civics, which is nice. Equestrian for mounted units. Farms and Grove plus 50%. You're the governor of... I mean, it's zoomed where we are, of Roma. Well, we do actually have a fair amount of groves. I think planters gonna, or farms. I think that's gonna be an okay one. Cancel trade. Assyria wants me to cancel trade. No one tells Rome what to do. King Ashur II, your predecessor with the same name was also kind of a nutter. So there. All right, we did just add someone in commerce, although our money is still a little bit tight. You know what? We do need some more financially like viable people in our empire here, and we can still sell some of our resources. We still have stupid amounts of iron. So if we need the money, I mean, what I might do is like sell a little bit every now and again, just to try to handle the cost, and at some point we can use the money to finish the stone that we're missing for a wonder. But you can see the price of stone is 19 per unit, so buying stone is actually crazy bad. We might, here, I'll slap down some of the trees here too, just to raise some funds, but yeah, it would still be very hard for us to finish that. So this is stone, that is stone. That's why stone gets used for so many buildings, which makes sense. Okay, I can run over here and do the farm, although this guy's probably going to want to do, probably got an action coming up too. Courthouses. We don't really need a mine. But these are probably good tiles for... Oh, it's outside of my borders. Yeah, I'll just come here. That was the previous quarry recommendations. I'll quarry up over there. That's going to be fine. Yeah, I know I have a lot of food output, although we have had it dip before. But the other thing is that putting a specialist on a food place gives you growth, which I kind of like. Good pasture. Oh, I didn't actually click on that tile. Oh, because we don't have enough move. Okay, then just build a farm. A really good farm. I guess the volcano, the river. I think pasture will give it the adjacency bonus as well, so it's gonna keep stacking. Oh, we're not gonna be able to get out of this corner, which I already knew, so let's just undo this. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. We needed more hamlets. Although, the number of hamlets you can build is restricted. Based on the culture. Sorry, to finish my sentence. Let's do that. They do need stone, but they give money, and we are hurting economically. You just wait there, because you're currently blocked. Let's chill and get some free XP, because you can. Maybe, you can come down here. You just pop into friendly territory, do a heal. I'm also going to get you to pop into friendly territory and do a heal. Why don't you stop there? There. And one order left. You can scrooch up. Hey, I like that. Rome's production. Persian archives, all these things are civics. And a lot of these even consume stone constantly when you run them. But it's hard to imagine not executing these things, you know? Because then they just passively sit there and give you, like, huge bank. And huge science. Although, yeah, we are hitting our civic limit, so we probably need to stop doing civic development for a little bit. So, any of the specialists, even farmers, use civics. Okay, so let's hold off on that for a second. And do I want to build military units? I guess there's not an idle job that doesn't use civics, right? Because, like, as an idle job, you can just, like, spam, say, council. I mean, I guess council will give us civics. Except it won't. I mean, I guess it gives us money as well. So on completion, civics plus 12. I mean, but this is not a boost. It's just a one-time thing. It will check your civic. But I look, my civic rate. Oh, right. Yeah. So it does improve it. Okay. Does it always have a 1-year duration? It might always have a 1-year duration. So presumably what it does is it consumes the civic, but then rewards us with what we would have made plus 80% or something like that. So I guess we're netting the 12. And it also makes a bunch of cash for us. Let's run a couple of these. I don't want to put on repeat, but we'll run a couple of these to balance that out. Okay, always has a 1-year duration. Good, that's good to know. Okay. Prince. This is my heir. Well, currently my heir and brother. Although I'm 46. I don't know if this game has limits about how old someone can be and make bebes. But we don't have a bebe yet. So this is our heir over here. Right, I forgot we've been blinded. And generally we want to keep stacking what we've got. We could give him marksman. Right now, is he anything? Oh, he's my chancellor right now. Can I still be chancellor when I'm leader? I don't know. So we might just move him to be a general or something. No, this guy's not blind. I'm blind. My leader over here is blind. This guy, my brother, is not. Well, tell you what, I'll give him the courage, because if he becomes a general, we'll be happy that he's got that as well. Whoa! Whoa, I'm gracious. I get a unique thing. The Valerius nobility has become overly familiar with you, to a degree that other families find unseemly. Oh my god, 300 points. Yeah, they're pretty keen, and we are giving luxuries to the others as well. At a recent feast, the Valeri leadership greets you informally and seats themselves first at the royal table. The other families turn to you to issue rebuke. What do? We can gently remind them of decorum. It'll give me XP. This can be corrected without giving offense. We can reprimand them, which would upset them. We can let the slight go unpunished, which upsets everyone else. So I guess we'll be gracious about it and not offend anyone. Although it'd be nice if we could like boost the relationship with the other families. So I kind of feel like I do have to keep spamming down some quarries. I was going to say there's a decent one here, but this is silver mine. What we want to do is we want to build a silver mine on this for huge amounts of money. Holy crap. And then a quarry over there. I guess you're going to stand here, because this guy's not moving. Well, I'm not moving either. Deal with it. Okay. Feel fairly confident that we're going to be able to take this and then guard this site so no one else can yank it. The Danes' camp has been raised! However, a trusted advisor reveals that the Danes lorded over their rivals, Vandals, for many generations, that the tribe's location and resources are highly prized. He's concerned that other barbarian groups will challenge our claim to the conquered site. Curse the other tribes, this conquest is ours. Money, food, piss off the Vandals. Let them pillage and have their share. Money, food, and Vandals like me a bit more. Or burn the spoils and salt the fields. Which gives me legitimacy. Ooh, which has a little crown icon next to it now, which didn't used to have it. Upsets the Danes a lot. I mean, I think we just take the money and food. It's like, screw them. Mine. And we will indeed guard there. We will popped out a couple of settlers, because we've got a couple of sites where we can do settlement stuff. Oh, there's another Danish city over here. And upgrade to a Legionnaire. We still don't have an icon for Testudo yet. Kind of wonder about camping outside the Vandals here. for when they inevitably find themselves at war with me again. Actually, the other thing to do is to camp out over here and check to see if anyone's going to clear that. I think I kind of like this idea. We might camp both. Yeah, I'll put 3 guys over there. And yeah, we'll plan on having like 3 guys over here as well. Alright, making a few points. Well, let's do the forum. Yeah, which costs us stone. But I mean, then it gives us just more civic income, generally speaking. It does keep soaking stone as well. Alright. You do a few rounds of council as well. Let's go a little bit economical. No, I think I'm not sure. I might be able to upgrade everywhere. But the problem is, to get the Legionnaires, I believe I need a legendary city, which I don't have yet. This is me. Right, I can't do anything right now because I'm blind. It doesn't let me do any roll. So I may as well just grab stats to, you know, boost our numbers. Tell you what, that's going to be an 8 gold swing. Which actually, our gold rate's gone up a lot. Duchess Livia, my niece. She was a commerce student. She already has discipline, so we're going to go ahead and give her the builder trait, which is going to stack more discipline on her. Which is going to increase her income and also be a good governor. Okay, so aesthetics didn't come up. We got a couple of freebies there. I think they got rid of the thing where the freebies get discarded if you don't take them. Which I think is a good idea, because I think it was it felt a little silly and boring to not have those. Like, to do that. No, this one says permanently trash. This one doesn't. Oh, sorry, that's not a freebie. That's just a steel tech. Never mind. I do still wonder if it might be, like, it might be nice not to trash them. Like, until you've researched them one time. But yeah, okay, let's go for the civics boost, because we could use some more in the bank. For some reason I read this as you get the free axeman. Brains are hard, man. Actually, brains are mostly squishy. During construction in Brundisium, laborers unearthed an aged temple beneath the site. All work pauses until a decision is made about what to do about it. We can get 10-cent scholars to explore it, which would give me an acolyte, which gives us culture, which is good, or tear it apart for building material. Ooh. Ooh. I really like culture per turn. Plus more science. But I really like building wonders. I think we have to take the stone here. I know our stone rate is pretty good, but... well, that is pretty good. If we're actually careful about not spending it like crazy, we can do some wonder stuff. Now, I want to tear it down. I want to spam out some wonders. Sex, sex, sex. Is this all you think about, Prince Stachias? Has fallen with fiery sex on the... fiery sex? You know, there's a pill for that. These madmen have been urging war against the savage Vandals no matter what the cost. Remove them discreetly, so I would gain +1 discipline and legitimacy. He'd become slighted. The heir is unfit for the stone. For the throne. He'd become excluded from succession. That's the first time we've seen that. Oh, that's crazy. If this is true, the savages must be destroyed. We would become a zealot instead of a tactician. Now, tactician is pretty good, because it's got that built-in +10 crit chance. But what does zealot do for us? We could save up to 10 orders between turns. We can hurry city production with training. That's actually kind of spiffy. And then it tweaks our stats around. The other bonus of doing this is it would give us a +1 actual courage. So the +4 charisma, -1 wisdom is from becoming a zealot. So that replaces the bonuses we were having before. But we would get the +1 courage. We'd be at war with the Vandals. I think we can probably just remove it discreetly. I mean, we don't mind going to war with the Vandals at some point, but I don't think there's any need to rush it. And I think, I don't know. I like that decision. It's sex. We have to be discreet about it. Not everyone is open-minded about sex. We can keep pushing this forever. Oh, 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 oh! I can build a stronghold. Yes, please. Absolutely. Governor Citadels unlock the Hastastas, and it's the next level to the next type of tech as well. We need stronghold, so we need a legendary city with a stronghold to be able to get our legionnaires, plus just generally do awesome kick-ass things. Come over here, build another quarry. Oh, actually, can I wonder? I wonder. Okay, it's 800 stone, which we've got. I don't know that I'm not realistically. I'm not really asking for this, but I'm wondering, like, is there a better way to like be like, okay, show me all the plot spots where I can build any wonder right now, but I can build the museum over here. This is just the one place, the little culture icon. Make it a little hard to see the legal spots. There's some spots over here by Memphis as well to cover up some urban places. You know what? I'm going to build it right over here. Come here, and I will, in fact, march you to there to start building the museum. We're just having a staring contest over here. I don't know, I think the votes are in for London, but the last few times I haven't had enough time to do a lot of voting. And so the amount of votes that the amount of people who will vote for your entry is based on how many votes you do, because it moves you up and down the list of suggestions and things like that. So I'm just happy to participate, but I haven't really done any voting, so I assume there hasn't been a lot of voting on my entry. So I'm just happy to be a participant. I haven't actually looked, but I think the results might be out. Okay, we're going to keep scrooching up towards the Vandals. Yeah, we did finish all of our civil units first, which is good, because that's kind of still my priority. There you go. And we're going to kind of leave you out here. I guess I can move all the way up. You know what? Change of plans. Hopefully they don't declare war this turn, because that would be super awkward. That is a really well-defended spot. So basically, if a war breaks out, we just want to be ready to jump on these guys. You're in the city site, right? Yeah, so you just end your turn. That's going to be fine. And then you can move over here. And you just wait there. Get the archive going. I think this might be a good place to just spam out a few councils. Or, you know what, if we want to push up to legendary status. And actually, we do have some unrest. Now, this will eat, you know, our civic production, but we'll stack a few festivals as well. So a couple of councils. So, yeah, we may go a little more aggressively with the festivals, because we appear to get an extra point for each legendary city we have. So if we can push up in terms of culture, we can earn a bunch of points that way. I'm ill! Promotion of a governor. Okay, what city are the governor of? Of Memphis. They'd move here. At a glance, I'm not seeing a lot of mines. So I'm thinking I'm going to go prosperous. Money per culture level. That's going to be okay. Babylonia, what do you want? Wishes to host them at the palace. No secret tensions are high with the Babylonians.